I'm showing you two different examples of the Collaborate board so that you can get two different ideas of how you might use this. Notice on the teacher screen that there's a prompt if you would like to moderate posts before they get posted to the board. And on the student screen, it's waiting for the teacher to decide. Think of the Collaborate board like an online bulletin board or cork board. I'm going to say no, I do not want to moderate for this one, just so that you can see what happens. On the student screen, it says find an image to represent 3 times 2. I will certainly fix that spelling. So I'm going to look up an image of, let's say eggs, because that might come in 3 by 2. I don't see anything. Let's look up 6 eggs and see what we find. There we go. There's an example of 3 times 2. I just click save. And notice that it doesn't do anything. This is really important, and your students will get used to this in no time, not to worry. They need to also click post. Once they post, it will almost instantly post to everyone else's board as well. I say almost instantly. You can sort the students' responses by student name, by time, or by how many likes they get. So students can go to each other's images or responses and they can heart them. Notice that on the teacher side, it still hasn't updated. I want to show another example here of a Collaborate board. Again, it's prompting if I want to moderate posts, and this time I'm going to say yes. And I'm also going to apply for the rest of this session. That means that every time we come upon a Collaborate board, it will keep this setting only within this code or this session. So yes and yes. Explain how you would solve this in your head, no paper. I'm going to say I would multiply the 160 first, and I'm not going to finish typing for now. And again, I need to hit post. Once the first person posts, notice it says pending approval. So I know that I'm still waiting for my teacher to respond, and I can see here as a teacher that I have one response that is pending approval. I just want to show you that if the student responds more than once, that's totally fine. They can respond as many times as they want. And I think it's also really important to instill in your students to say, I'm not sure, or I'm still thinking, if they don't have a response. That way you can make sure that you hear from everyone. So I'm going to check out these responses, and just so that you know, when you are in full screen mode, these will be at the bottom of the screen here. So it populates here at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to go ahead and approve this post so that you can see that one populate, and I'm not going to approve the second one. It is removed from the student screen. Now, you're going to have more than one student, obviously, in this session, so the student would see everyone's responses here that you have moderated and approved. They can still respond with an image. I just haven't prompted them to do so. And you can also delete a student's response if you are not moderating. I would recommend not moderating unless you absolutely have to. You want to let people know that their thoughts are safe with you. But if you do need to delete a comment, you can do that. That's an option right there. I just clicked the refresh button and it put it right back up. You can share this by email, by social, or by a link if you want to share what was on this board. Let's say you want to save that for another lesson another day. You could always take a screenshot, but you could also just email it to yourself as well so that you have a record of what students responded on that board. There's tons more ideas of ways that you could use the Collaborate board to the right here. I hope that this helps, and I hope you enjoy your Collaborate board.